Yeah, we're on the Deborah Owens page. Yeah, we're on the Deborah Owens page. Yeah, we're on the Deborah Owens page. Yeah, we're on the Deborah Owens page.
Just leave it. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
dead.
we're on the Deborah Owens page.
I'm gonna change my name, Deborah.
Oh, that's okay. No worries.
Do you want to do next week class with LWA for the book on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Or do you
Well,
want to wait?
no, I need to wait because I go in.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. Well, we're live now, guys. We're streaming on Deborah Owens in the Facebook group. So that's good. I want it to be in more than one place. At some point, I'll figure out how to get into the groups. But for now,
Did you guys get that other text message I just sent out at 7:45?
Let me
I'm
see. I got the one earlier.
okay. I'm gonna send another one. One more.
I got one 10 minutes ago.
Okay, perfect.
okay. Well, I'm gonna go dark. I'm gonna let you guys let folks in. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wealthy You Wednesday Wind Down. It's lovely to see your faces. Thank you so much for turning those cameras on. You know that gives me energy. Let's say, like, I don't know. But no, if you could turn your cameras on, I want to welcome everybody. I was talking with the team about our topic tonight, right? So fire your job, hire your portfolio. I had no idea they were going to shut this government down, right? So it's sort of like just validates the fact that we are in new territory. But I won't say we are in new territory because if you guys have been following me at all, then you know I have been preaching the fact that you can no longer rely on a job for your financial security, right? So, and the fact that you've got to shift from earner to owner. So that's really the conversation that I want to have with you guys tonight. And it's all about mindset. I don't know, hopefully you guys are in the community. Who is here that has never heard of me before? If you haven't heard of me before, put me in the chat, because I do need to give you guys a little bit of background, I think. This is our Wealthy You Wind Down Wednesday, and this is when I really like to double click on some of the strategies that we're implementing in Wealthy You. I love to hear your wins. And we have just been having some remarkable wins. Have you guys been checking out the community? If you're not in the Wealthy You community, make sure you join. Team, if you could put just the Wealthy You community link in there, because I know it's just bit.ly Wealthy You community, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I know that for so many of us, we've been in isolation. So we haven't been, a lot of us have been remote. I know I had my first speaking engagement in a long time. Last week, I went to Atlanta and it felt good to be out and it felt good to be able to hear exactly what folks are going through. Yeah, again, if you can turn on your cameras because we're a community. You don't have to look perfect. You don't have to put on your makeup. You don't have to do any of that. We're all family. Thank you, Andrea. It's good to see you. Who else is in here? Who just came in? Marlene Escobar, welcome. Lisa Lloyd, I see you, girl. Let's see, Denitra. Lovely. Love to see you. So before I get started, I want to give you guys an opportunity to share your wins. Like, what are you, what are you, what has your progress been? And what are you excited about? I'm going to start out by just sharing something that I saw today in our Wealthy You community. I think it's Gibbs. What is Gibbs' first name? Because I don't want to misquote her. Um,
Is it Wilma?
it's Wilma. That's
Is
right.
it Wilma? Okay.
Yeah. Wilma Giggs. I mean, Wilma Gibbs just posted something that I thought was profound. And it really speaks with the conversation that I've been having with all of you about making the shift from earner to owner. And I want to actually bring this up because I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Uh, she put this in the Facebook group today, and I felt like it kind of summed up what Wealthy You is about. So here's her post. She said, I just told my sister-in-law I have no intentions of changing my travel plans during the shutdown. They win if we cancel plans. They told us we won't get paid if we take leave. Oh well, wheels up. Thank you, Miss Deborah, for helping change my mindset and grow my money. No fear, just faith. And the reason I thought this was so profound is because that's the point of it. Like you do not have true freedom until you're able to have options and the option to say no when it's not in your best interest. Is this making sense to you guys? So I know, I talk a lot about wealth building, but wealth is a function of, right, your ability to experience true freedom. And that freedom is when you no longer have to be afraid. If you understand this, put freedom in the chat. I want you to know it's more than money. Put freedom in the chat. All right, Janet, freedom, freedom, freedom. This is about freedom. And the reason why, if you guys don't follow me on LinkedIn, make sure you go over to LinkedIn because you guys need to be on LinkedIn if you're going to go from earner to owner. And so, what do I mean by earner to owner? You need to connect with me. What do I mean by earner to owner? Am I saying that, oh, you don't need a job, just build your portfolio? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that your job, any job, gives you a paycheck, and you need to use a portion of that paycheck to plant the seed, right? Like many of us are living up to and beyond our incomes, and we have that earner mentality. And so what that has us do is we just figure like if we just make more money, if we just make more money, if we just earn more money, that's going to lead to freedom. But you know the reason it doesn't? Anybody want to guess? Why do you think just chasing more money, chasing that job without for a higher salary doesn't lead to freedom? You can
We end
raise
up
your hand or
spending
just
more.
open the phone. Who? Andrea, go ahead.
I was just saying we end up spending more, buying more things with more that we say we have instead of saving more. Sorry, my voice is gone.
No, okay, no worries. Yeah, that's right. So you end up just spending more, right? Paying more, and you're constantly living up to your income. But you know the biggest thing, depending on a job, is risky. And it's gotten even riskier. Would you agree with me? Okay, so if we're looking at the headlines, we see the government is shut down, and I don't know what this rationale is about. Well, the government shut down, and so now we're going to lay off people. That made absolutely no sense to me. Accenture just laid off 11,000 people at one time, right? The pharmas are laying off. So anybody want to guess what is driving? Anybody want to guess what's driving these layoffs? You can put it in the chat or you can open your you can open.
Stupidity.
What's that? Who
I
said
said, I said stupidity.
is driving the layoffs? Tell me more.
Well, I mean, look at the government. I mean, it's a mess. You know, one side is blaming the other side is blaming the other. And we know if anybody watches the news, we know that the Republicans are not doing anything at all. They're absolutely going against what's best for the people.
I mean, I don't argue that, but I want to look at it in a larger context than just the government, right? So I can tell you every other coaching session, well, every third coaching session that I've had for the past month has been someone who has just been laid off.
Mm.
Okay. And what is driving these layoffs is artificial intelligence. That's what I need you to understand is that artificial intelligence is allowing companies to do more with less. I mean, how many of you, if you got a GPT or Gemini account or any kind of large language model, if you have an app, put me in the chat. If you are using artificial intelligence, if you're using, right. Okay, so I mean, think about it. You know, Stephanie's on here, my operations manager, the person that keeps the wheels rolling, and we're able to do things. We used to pay thousands of dollars, and it used to take weeks to do one email campaign. You know, edit it, then put it up, then put all the bells and whistles, the landing page, blah, blah, blah. Do you know, I could say, Steph, here's what we're doing. And I can go right in and say, here's what we're doing. This is the topic. Give me a campaign for 5 days. And literally, hey, Jean, welcome back from Alaska, girl. Um, so the point I want to make to all of you is this is only going to accelerate. Okay? This is only going to accelerate just in terms of the what do I want? I don't want to call it downsizing, but I do want to call it the disruption of the job. And so that's why I want to have this conversation with you guys around firing the job, hiring your portfolio. Because the other side of this conversation, at the same time that artificial intelligence is basically disrupting the job market, there is a huge opportunity. And I need for you guys to get this. And this is an opportunity that you'll probably only see once in your lifetime. So I've talked to you guys about Web 1.0, that was the internet, 2.0, that was PCs and phones, and now we're in 3.0. And so what you and I have to do, the reason why we've got to hire our portfolio is because we've got to make our money grow more rapidly, and this is an opportunity to do that. Okay, so I want to call on some folks tonight. So for those of you, some of you have seen your portfolios double in more than, in less than 4 years, right? Or 3 years or whatever. For those of you who are seeing growth in your portfolio, what industry or what are the investments that are driving that performance? Anybody want to come on and share? Go ahead, Jean.
Um, the tech in companies like NVIDIA and Palantir, Palantir,
Palantir, uh-huh.
yeah, those are the ones that are driving my portfolio.
Well,
And
and so the point I want to make is that that's why you have to hire your portfolio is because that's the only thing that you can have control over. Now, how many of you think though, Deb, you always talking about the stock market, but the stock market's risky. It goes up and down. If you feel that way, put me in the chat. Because I just want to do it. I want to do have a little fun there. Who thinks that the market is riskier than a job? Anybody? Yeah, what I just saw you, technology is definitely driving your portfolio. Yvonne says, Robin says, not me. So this is the thank you. Robin says, not me. So that's the point I want to make, guys. Right? Like we were conditioned to believe that if we got that education, if we went into career, if we made six figures, if we bought that house, that was the blueprint for building wealth. But one of the things that I discovered is that's not how the wealthy, that's not the blueprint they have, right? They're not looking, they're not looking at the job as security. They're looking at taking the income from the job and turning that into assets. And that's the shift that all of us need to be willing to make. Listen, and I cannot say this enough. The game has changed and it's been changing. Agree or disagree with me in the chat. Okay? Agree or disagree with me. Lisa agrees, Danita agrees, Wanda agrees, Leslie agrees, Pamela agrees. But here's what's funny. Like, you guys will agree with me, but some of you, you know what you won't do? You won't execute, right? I mean, this all sounds good. Many of you can be what I call conscientious observers. You'll come to some of you are in our programs. You'll come to the analyzer research sessions. You'll do all of the homework. You know what you need to buy. Darlene's laughing, right? You know what you need to do, but you won't do it. And that's why you need community. So I see, Mona, you just joined us. And I want to thank you. You've been on. I want to thank you for what you shared last week. In our last session where you talked about, your stash went from 1,000 to 100,000. You've seen your 401k double. So I'd love for you to share with the ladies, like, out of all the things that you would attribute to your success, what do you think has made the greatest impact?
Sorry, Deborah.
Oh, that's okay. I know you didn't mean, I'm gonna pin you.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was eating dinner. That's
Okay.
why I didn't
Hey,
have my
we family, it's all good.
so I didn't have my camera on.
Oh,
Oh, wow, a lot of things contributed to my success, but I think the biggest thing is you just talked about execution. I think that was the biggest thing because I think executing is the hardest thing for a lot of people to do. Um, you can have all the tools that you need, all the knowledge that you need, but you have to apply it. You can't just have those things in your hands. Why are you holding on to it? You have to apply it. You have to execute. Because if you don't execute what you know, how is your portfolio going to grow?
yeah, well, I love that, Mona. One of the things you said last week that struck me was that it took a year for you to take action, right? Like you were kind of spinning the wheels, and you said it took a year to take action.
Mhm.
What was holding you back?
I was afraid. I'm just gonna be honest. It was fear, fear of the unknown. It was just fear. It's not that I hadn't been in Wealthy You for a year, and it's not that you hadn't given me the tools that I needed to execute. I was just afraid to take that leap of faith and step out there. But the minute I did it and I started seeing my money grow, it just it's like something lit a fire under my feet and then I couldn't stop.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, I'm curious too, because you started out in our what was then I think the Wealthy Youth Society, and then you went into the Legacy Wealth Accelerator where there's one-on-one time, and it's a smaller group. We're doing more high net worth kind of strategies. How do you, what, I mean, how did that help you once you did go to the next level? How helpful was that to you?
I mean, it was very helpful because I learned things in the first level, of course, that I didn't know, but going to the second level, it was like elevating the information that I already had and taking it to another level. So for me, it was very helpful. It was money well spent. And at the time when I joined Wealthy U, I had no idea what was going to come out of this. But one thing that I saw after being in Wealthy U for 2 years is that the money that I spent learning everything that I did, what I paid for Wealthy U, I have gotten it back tenfold.
Yeah, that was my next question was your return on investment. And so I do think that that's the other shift, that to shift from earner to owner. And it's that, a lot of times, like I know some people carrying $200,000 worth of student loan debt and they can't find a job, right? Whereas you can invest, 5, 10, 15,000 in wealthy you. And so would you say that, I guess you're up right now probably about a half a million. Would you say that investment was a good return on investment?
Oh, yes, it was.
And what do you say to someone who is afraid that they're going to, because I get this, man. I bet everything. I do a lot of training and invest in a lot of training, tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, is this gonna work? You know what I mean? What would you say to someone who is like doubtful and they're afraid that if they were to join or were to make the investment, that they wouldn't get that return on investment?
I would say that is not even that, well, that's furthest from the truth. Let me put it that way. Because what you are going to invest in Wealthy You, you're going to get it back. I'm living proof that you're you're going to get it back. And there are other people on this call who have seen um that you get your investment back. You I didn't think I would get it the way I got it, because going from starting my account with $1,000 in there and just being diligent in investing and then seeing how much it grew, I was blown away.
Well,
And
I am interested too, because, we've been talking about fear and all of these different things. And, I talk about the earner mindset to the owner mindset. How has your mindset changed, right? If you were to think back, 4 or 5 years ago and how you looked at, life, your career, your money, retirement versus how the mindset you have now, what changed?
oh, everything has changed for me. The way I spend my money, where I spend it, how I spend it.
Give
The
me an
first,
example.
so the first thing I do when I get my money, I pay myself back. I I pay myself. I invest my money. I was the kind of person, I am a Louis Vuitton, Gucci kind of girl. And I have several of those purses in my closet right now that I am going to sell and get my money back and buy some stock with.
I love it. I love it. And so what changed? Like your desire to have that was no longer valid, or you didn't see the value in the things anymore? What changed?
So what changed for me, and this is something I wish I had known when I first started my job, is that, well, one, I don't need those handbags. Two, if I had known 20 or 30 years ago that instead of buying the purse, I should have been investing in the company, I would never, ever have bought those handbags because I bought them, they depreciated. When I sell it, I'm not going to sell it for the money I bought it from. Whereas if I had bought the stock was going to appreciate. So
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
have made money.
LVMH, they're a luxury brand. I mean, I just find it so interesting when I watch you guys grow and make the shift, right? Where your values have changed. Last question for you. Did you even think it was possible for you to achieve what you've achieved thus far financially? And I say you're just getting started, right? Did you think in your mind's eye that this was even possible for you?
No, because I had no idea how to do this. And I never really thought about it. I've always had a 401k account from the time I started working. And had if I had had the knowledge that I have now, if I had it back then when I was 23, 24, when I got my first job, I would have been a millionaire.
A multimillionaire.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Because when I say seven figures and then I start getting texts, I don't believe it. I've hit seven figures. I do find that. So let's give Mona a round of applause. Mona, thank you so much for sharing. And the reason I want to have these conversations and I want you to see is like Mona is you, right? Like I am you. The only difference is the knowledge, right? That's the only difference. And so, here's the other point I want to make. And so the reason why I asked Mona about, how did things change? And when she said, I no longer look, that's the earner to owner mindset, right? Like I no longer look at buying the things, right? I look at investing in the things. And when you can make that change, guys, everything changes. Now here's, why I think this is so important. I have such a sense of urgency around this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Many of you are, if you're not retiring, you're nearing retirement, you're already retired. And so a couple of things here, right? Like if you're trying to get to that number, right, you're going to get there faster if you have the knowledge, right? You're going to accelerate faster. Uh, and I don't even want to say retirement because I got to tell you, a lot of the conversations I've had have just been, just tell me what my number is. And I want to get to that number, and I don't care what age I'm at. I could I could be at 55, but if I don't have to go back into these crazy workplaces, right? So the other point I want to make, this is not about a date. This is about financial liberation, and this is about financial freedom. This is making sense to you guys. So I am interested though. You heard um you heard Mona's story. What did anything stand out to anybody that they want to share? Like was there anything that inspired you or something that she said that you said, that's the shift I need to make? Anybody?
Execute.
That's what I was going to say.
Execute.
Yes.
She
She
hit
got
the
over the
nail on the
fear.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once she got over the fear and executed, she saw the results.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Steph. I mean, a lot of this really is just fear.
Mhm.
Right. But so the point I want to make is not only Is this a once in a lifetime opportunity? If you do not take action and make this shift from the earner to the owner mindset, you are going to be left behind. So the point I've been making is, all of us right now, myself included, we're in the fast lane going 40. Okay? AI is going at 110. Okay? So if we don't latch on to this AI in terms of the practice in our own lives and in terms of the investment, then we're all going to be run over. I need for you guys to get this because the fact is that your paycheck isn't protections. Companies can call you redundant overnight. You could come in and, oh, we got too many people doing your job, right? True security equals control. I need you to write that down. True security equals control. And so the reason why I need you to hire your portfolio and become the CEO of your portfolio is because that is how you can be in control. I wanted to ask Mona, I didn't ask you that, but we were having a conversation with someone else, and that's what I got from it. Josette, how do you invest in AI? You join Wealthy You, and every month we're studying a mutual fund for the next, I think, 6 or 7 months. We've got our marching orders. We're going to be analyzing and researching mutual funds, ETFs, and stocks that have AI in them. What percentage of Wealthy You clients over the past years lost? Okay. All right. Well, Josette, I know you're in the right place. I'm going to ask y'all. So we got plenty of members. So you heard from Mona. Let me see. Janet, how's your portfolio doing in the past year?
It's doing very well. And I can relate to the fear people talk about because initially I was afraid, I don't know, I shouldn't do this. And then there were some losses in the beginning, but it has grown. But I know I need to do more. So I'm encouraged by these conversations that I don't want to be left behind. So while it's doing
And
well,
Janet over
it
there
could be better.
being modest. Okay. Janet being modest. I know you've got to be up about 15% this year just based on the funds that you're in, right? Janet is in our Legacy Wealth Accelerator, although you do need to get on my calendar so we can review that. Anybody else?
Okay.
Jean, you've been a member. You joined. How's your portfolio doing, Jean?
It's doing well. Uh, as as you know, some of the stuff I have, I've has been losses, but overall the stock is moving well. I do need to invest in more mutual funds, though I think. Um, but as I said, the tech stock has really boosted. I mean, let's say I invested like $700 in Palantir. Now it's worth about $3,000. So
That's
that,
crazy.
yeah,
You
I
know,
was just
so
what?
I just want y'all to get this, right? So I'm going to do the numbers for you real quick. So she put $700 in, right? And now it's worth what, 3,000?
Yeah, a little over
Okay, so let's
3,000.
put 700 into 3,000, right? That's So what's that?
That's
Seven,
that.
that's 28. That's like
50 something percent.
yeah, that's like seven times. That's like a 60% return,
Yeah, it's
right?
up
I
like
mean,
57%.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the point I want to make. Steph, I see your hand, Stephanie Rosu. I see your hand is up. No, I want
Mhm.
folks who are not in Wealthy You to hear from the people that are in Wealthy You and me not telling you. So the question was, how many of you have lost money in the past year? Steph, is your hand up?
Yes. Yeah, I
Okay,
was
go
just
ahead.
waiting my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, we look at it, we don't lose until we sell, you know. And so my husband and I was looking, we were talking to someone and they were saying they were going to go out and get another job and they were going to try to do it that way. Then we'd look just at 1 week of our ROI. And in that 1 week, we could not have made that in a part-time job in a whole month. And so we share with that person, it's not about going to get another job. It's about what you do with your money and investing that. You can make by just taking a little bit. We started out just when I got my stash and just doing $5 a month and then 30 and increasing from there and seeing that grow. And my portfolio has grown over 100% in about 2 years. It did start out slow, but now it has really taken off. We're going to be at our halfway point by the end of this year. And we're just so excited. And we know we could not have gotten here without being a member of Wealthy Youth.
And
Getting another job or 2 jobs or 3 jobs would not get us here because you only have so many hours to trade in a day.
the other question I have for you, Stephanie, because I think this is a big thing. Like when I say your first 6 figures, your first 7 figures, people are like, well, I don't know if I just make 10,000, I'm good, right? Like, did you ever think it was possible for you to get close to a half a million? Did you think
Yes, I
that was
did.
possible?
So I'm going to say, yes, I did, but I knew I couldn't do it alone. I had been following you and I knew I had got as far as I could with the knowledge that I had. So I knew it was possible because following you all of these years and hearing how you had helped other people, I knew it was just about obtaining that knowledge and applying it, that it was possible for me to get there, but I knew I couldn't get there with the knowledge that I had. So I knew it was possible, but I knew I could not do it by myself. And so that is why I signed up. Had I not signed up, I would not be where I am now.
Well, I'm just wondering, Steph, if you had signed up were you following me in my Bishop Jakes days, or is it?
Oh my goodness, I was following you when you were on TV One. I would be a multi-millionaire if I would have followed you then. But you know what? I always say God has a plan for us, and it wasn't meant for me to be there at that time.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
so,
yeah, I totally agree. When the
yeah,
student is ready,
yeah.
right? So, who asked
But
that
it's growing
question?
faster now, so I'm getting there. And that's the important thing.
Oh, look at Wanda. I'm up 23 so far, and 23% and 12% of my TSP. So, Pamela, I hope that answered your question. I mean, we're pretty transparent. Like, I tell my team members, my ambassadors, Anita, if you don't know who your ambassador is, put need my ambassador in the chat. But Anita Jenkins has been with me the longest. She started out as a client. Let's see, Jacelyn Blankenship is on here. She started out as a client. Our newest ambassador, Yvonne Donaldson, she started out with the client as a client. Really, in order to be on Wealthy You's team, you have to have gone through the coaching yourself. And the reason that is so important is, like I want our folks, Lisa Batista Sellers needs to know who her ambassador is. Anita, I think that's you, is it? Or is it Sharice? Um, I don't think, yeah,
I'll
Sharice.
find out. I think that's Sharice. But
Okay, that's Sharice. So we'll make sure that she
yes,
connects with you.
we'll do.
Uh, the other thing about, can I be frank with you guys? Like I know a lot of you feel like, oh, maybe how come I didn't know this sooner? How come I don't know this at all? Right? Some of you may be not being Wealthy You and you're on the outside looking in and you're saying, you may be thinking, I should already know this, right? Like, here's what I want you to know is that this isn't taught in your formal education. It's not. And I believe it's by design, but I would also say that what I've learned, especially spending so much time, especially spending so much time with high net worth clients, is they're multi-generational wealth. Do you understand that? Like, I don't know about you, but my grandfather was a sharecropper, right? And so, talking about Maslow's hierarchies of need, it's just taking care of your basic needs. Okay. And then if you don't have anybody in your family or anybody who invest, and it's funny, sometimes you may have somebody in your family who does, and they don't even share that information, right? But what I want you to know, the reason why I started Wealthy You is because I realized myself that I hadn't been exposed to it. So here I am, this young, I'm in my 20s, early 20s, and I end up at Merrill Lynch and then Fidelity. And I realize I'm in a different world. And although I passed my exam, I still didn't know the language, right? Not only did I know the language, I didn't even know the origin of the language. I didn't know why these people knew, why they already had portfolios and I didn't, right? I had colleagues who had portfolios already that they had inherited from their family. And the other thing that I learned was that they had a different mindset. They had the owner mindset. Their great granddaddy had invested in railroad stocks and then GM and Ford. And then that's what I mean. See, now y'all done got me started. All right. Listen, I don't know if you guys have watched The Gilded Age, but that's when all these wealthy people and then the railroads were coming, right? So a lot of people made a lot of money in railroads. They lost a lot of money in railroads because railroads was so capital intensive and you didn't really have demand for the people, right, who would be riding those trains. But anyhow, then you had Ford, right, come up with the Model T and GM, and there were so many other companies, and people made a ton of money in autos, right? And then you had like telephone companies, utilities. Utilities used to be called the widow's stock because they were monopoly and they paid all their money off in dividends, right? And then let's skip over to Web 1.0, and then you had the internet, and you had, we were trading options in companies like Seagate Technology, which by the way made disk drives and is still here today. LSI Logic, right? Once in a lifetime, people made a whole bunch of money. Then you had the tech crash, right? But if you had held on to those stocks, guess what? Apple didn't make money for 15 years, and now look at if you had on Apple. And so now here we are again. We're in great disruption. Artificial intelligence, these large language models. I just read an article where they have a software, they have yeah, I think it's Gemini, a coder made by Google that can program for 30 hours straight. Is that crazy? You think a human programmer can program for 30 hours straight? And here's what's deep. Nobody's safe, right? So software engineers, right? That was something you could become and you'd never have to worry about, finding a job. AI is coming for them too. Y'all with me? But I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to follow the money, right? And what following the money means is that you're looking at the companies that, in fact, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they're all investing in these young startups because they don't have this train is moving so fast, they don't have the time to do the research and development to catch up, right? Denise, what did you say Seagate is being mentioned again in the financial chatter? Yeah, exactly. It's interesting. But you know what? I lost a ton of money in Seagate, fooling with them options. That's why I buy stock. I hear all these people talking about, oh, I'm trading options. Okay, just wait. It's only a matter of time. So here's the point I want to make, guys, is listen, it's in the fast lane, it's going 110 miles, and we just going to hook our little car up to it, our little trailer up to this AI rocket, and we just gonna go 110 behind it, right? We're gonna do that. How are we gonna do that? We're gonna do that by engaging in it, by, in Wealthy You, many of the folks are taking free AI classes. We're analyzing and researching stocks. We're analyzing and researching mutual funds with the sole intent of being able to capitalize off this opportunity, right? I mean, here's the deal, is every month in Wealthy You, we're studying and analyzing a mutual fund. We're analyzing and researching a stock. We're doing strategic advisory, which, by the way, Steph, is that tomorrow night? Because I want my people to know. Is strategic advisor tomorrow night or next? No, it's
It's
tomorrow night.
tomorrow.
So for those of you who are Wealthy members, strategic advisory is tomorrow night. And so if you want me to review your portfolios and your research, you want to make sure that you sign up for that. And the whole goal is to help you shift from earner to owner. So now I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that we've done in Wealthy You. For those of you, so in the chat, if you're not in Wealthy You, put me in the chat if you're not in any of our programs. I just want to see how many people aren't actually. So Robin isn't. Who else? Who else is not in Wealthy You? There are a lot of people in here. Okay, so Sada's not in. Beverly's not in. Jean's not in. Pamela, if you were in. Uh, keep going. Who else isn't in? Listen, so one of the things that I've done or that we've done is that we wanted to come up with a program to get you guys started. Now, to get you guys started, and we launched our Wealthy You Insider program, but I wanted to take it up a notch because I think it's important for you to analyze and research investments and us not to dummy anything down. So, team, if we could put it in the chat, we just launched the Wealthy You Insider program, the Wealthy You Insider VIP program. Now, this program is designed, it's $97 a month. It's not going to hurt the pocketbook, but it's really designed for you to analyze what you already have. So who was it earlier who was talking to, oh, was it you, Steph, or who said it's not about, yeah, you did. You were telling your friend, Stephanie Rosu, it's not about making more money. It's about making the money you all have make money. Now, the Wealthy You Insider program, if you click on that link, it's $97. It's really designed for you to look at so most of you have 401ks. And let me tell you, some of you would already have double the amount you have, but you don't even understand what you have. And so the Wealthy You Insider program really focuses on analyzing and researching mutual funds. It helps you come up with your seven-figure blueprint. I want you to look at it as the starter program, right? And you get access to some of the same training that all of our other programs do, but it's really designed to help you accelerate. Right. So most of the women in Wealthy You, what you've seen them do, and Mona talked about it, she started in our Wealthy You Society, then she went up to the next level. Stacy, let's give Stacy a hand. Stacy Bland just up leveled into the Legacy Wealth Accelerator. We want to welcome her in. And once you get in Wealthy You, you get some really good benefits. You get alumni discounts, you get so the point is get in where you fit in. Now, $97, I don't know about you, but I think I get you get some nails done, and that's $100 by the time you put a tip on it, right? I want every one of you to be in Wealthy You. I want you to become Mona. I've got a selfish, I'm make no bones about it. I want you to be a Stephanie Rosu. I want you to be telling your story about, you're not gonna believe this, but I started in this program and then I went on and and then I went on and then I built my portfolio. Listen, we have the blueprint. And if you follow this blueprint, I tell you, no one will ever be able to take this knowledge away from you. We had the wrong blueprint, which was the earner blueprint. And now the Wealthy You Acceleration Blueprint, what it does is it takes what you already has and helps you to accelerate, right? And so I put the link. The link is in the chat. Now, let me just tell my Wealthy You members, Wealthy You VIP Insider is not for you. Okay. So if you in my other programs, don't be clicking that link, buying everything, because that's the other thing about Wealthy You members. They're like, we got something new. I'm gonna buy it. And then poor Stephanie be like, oh, Miss Deb, crazy people that bought this stuff. Now I got a refund. All of it. But listen, I want you guys to win. That's what Wealthy You Insider Networker is, winners. But I know you can't win with the limited knowledge that you have today, right? So I want you to join the Wealthy You Insider. It's $97, to get started, $97 a month to get started, or $997. You can save yourself $200 if you pay in full. If you pay in full, there are some bonuses. You get our Wealth Secrets collection and you get a strategy session. So y'all need to get on this train, right? We cannot be left behind. And you're wondering how you're going to invest in AI? You're going to learn how to invest in AI. Because in your analyzing and researching mutual funds classes, you're going to learn how to invest in the mutual funds and learn how to invest in the ETFs. Once you master that, and we get your money rolling, we get it accelerator, Then you're going to go to the next level. And that's where you're learning how to analyze and researching stocks and build out a portfolio. You've heard a lot of these people, a lot of our members, they have stash accounts, they have Fidelity accounts. So this is all about you going on the journey and making the shift to from earner to earner, from earner to owner. I really want to share with you guys though our blueprint because I was doing this for a long time. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know if I could operationalize this and take the knowledge that I have and transfer it to other people. But man, you've heard some of the stories, but this is our blueprint, guys. Analyze, optimize, maximize. The first thing I have to get you to do is shift from that earner mindset where you feel like if you just make more money, you get that more income, that it's to that owner mindset. And the first thing we're going to do is look at your wealth gap. And that wealth gap is a function of your money not working hard enough. And then the next thing we're going to do is come up with your blueprint. What is the number? I told you I'd been talking to some ladies and they just tell me my number so I can know when I can get out of here and have true financial freedom. So you're going to have a financial independence calculator. It's going to show you if you're off track, on track, and how to get on track. And then we're going to create your legacy wealth blueprint. And that is going to be your guide. And then from there, we're going to turn you from saver to investor. You're actually going to learn how to analyze and research your mutual funds. You go from average returns to higher returns. And then you're going to look at optimizing. What are the levers that you need to pull? And they're different for everybody. And then expand into stocks and so on. But the key is the Wealthy Insider VIP. That program is what allows you to get started, right? And if you get started, the hardest part is the getting started part. But I think the most important thing about Wealthy You and our community is our community and our sisterhood and how we all support one another. And as you saw, cheer each other on. The Monas, the Stephanie Rousseaus, we always have our members sharing their success because we want you to see, in real life how people have been impacted. So I'm going to open that up to questions. Any questions, guys? Any questions? So Darlene, did you just join? Okay, girl. Welcome to the party. Who else just joined so I can welcome you in? So let me just talk about what's going to happen. Once you join, you're going to get access to our curriculum. We have a full curriculum based on my book, Wealth Secrets. But at the end of the day, what I want you focused on is your portfolio and learning how to analyze and research mutual funds. Guys, when was our analyze and research mutual funds? Was that on Monday?
It's coming up. It's the second Monday of every month.
Listen, if you join now, then next Monday you're going to be in an analyze and research mutual funds class and really see how it's done. And in fact, your ambassador will reach out to you. You're going to get a workbook. You're going to learn how to make your money grow faster. And so we just want to welcome those of you who are joining. Your ambassador will reach out to you. And so your ambassador becomes your member success advisor. And she is your point person. So if you have any questions, there is no dumb question. The only dumb question is the question that you don't ask, right? We don't want you spinning your wheels. This is not, so let me tell you let me just talk about what this is not. This is not one of those little programs where we're going to send you to our little website and we're going to tell you to watch these videos and apply the information and you're on your own. That's not how it works, right? Every You have a member success advisor. You have training. I mean, this is live where you're watching people apply the information. Y'all with me? You're applying the information, you're applying it to you. You will have other opportunities. We do all kinds of trainings on different topics that are relevant. But the key is to get in where you fit in. Do I need to welcome somebody else in? Okay.
Darlene.
Okay, Darlene, welcome to the sisterhood. Uh, Again, the link is in the chat. If we could put that in again. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to us on the Wealthy You community. But as soon as you enroll, we're going to reach out to you. You're going to be onboarded. You're going to be shown how to get into the portal, how to, you'll get the calendar for when your training is. And what I love about Wealthy You Insider VIP is it's not going to overwhelm you, right? Like you're going to focus on one thing, and that's accelerating what you already have, which more than likely is in mutual funds. And then once you master that, then you go to the next milestone, you up level, and then you learn how to analyze and research stock, right? And then you expand and you are able to experience the same kind of success that you've seen. But here's the other thing I want to say. It's a two-way street. We can give you the resources. We can teach you how to do this. But what did Mona say? Execution is the key, right? Execution is the key. And so you're going to see other women in this program executing, but at the end of the day, you got to execute. And the other thing is, I have all kinds of programs. If you need customized help, we have our Wealthy You Power 90, where you can do a 90-minute session with me. We go in and we really customize something to your specific situation. So we meet you where you are with the goal of helping you go to the next level because we're all about results. Okay, we're at 9:05. Let me let the team staffing me, Stephanie, Jacelyn, Anita, thanks so much.
Pamela just joined as well, Deborah. Let's welcome
Hey,
her in.
Pamela. All right, let me give people. I've joined before. Did I lose my membership? Well, our memberships, that's a good question. Excellent question. Our memberships are 12 months. Well, they're 6 and 12 months, depending upon what program that you go into. You have the ability to renew, and typically you renew at a discounted price than what you came in. Okay? So if you joined in the past, your membership probably was a 12-month. And then at that point, then you get to renew. So I'll be honest with you, the Wealthy You Insider program is a great value and a great way for you to plug back in and begin to apply the kinds of concepts that you're hearing. Gene, I got to go buy me some Palantir. That's what I need to do. Did you hear Gene? From $700 to $3,000, I could do that all day long, right? But that's not the only thing we're studying. I think we're studying micron technology. So, even in our other programs where we're doing stock, every month we're exposing you to investments that are going to give you access to the kind of knowledge that the wealthy have, right? So listen, if you lean in, if you follow the blueprint, you will win, as all these other women have won, right? This is not rocket science. We are not selling snake oil. We are simply giving you the knowledge that the wealthy have always had that we've never been exposed to, right? So we're literally going to be sharing with you the wealth secrets, okay? What the wealthy know that we were never taught. And once you learn it and master it, no one can ever take that away from you. Now, full disclosure, the Wealthy You Insider program launched at 97, but it's not going to stay there. So I just want you to know is eventually that program is going to go to 197 a month. And so if you, okay, so don't be mad when you see that price increase. Oh, well, I was on the video and you said it was 97. No, the larger our programs get, the more the investment that we have to make. I wanted to make this accessible. Don't overthink this, right? Don't overthink this. Get in, get started, and we're going to be with you side by side to help you be successful. And with that, guys, I'm going to bid you all good night. Thanks for joining me on Wealthy You Wind Down. But before we go, what was the one thing that I said or that you heard tonight that you think can make the most impact? I need you to go away with one action item. And that action item is going to be the one thing that you learned tonight that could make the most impact. Lisa, that's right, execute. Danita, take action. Mindset, Bonita, follow the money. That's right. I love it. Pamela, don't get left behind. That's right. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Heather says execute. That's right. All good. All good. Don't be afraid. Thank you. Because that fear is real. And I get it. When you're walking in unknown territory, someplace you've never been before, and then, and you hear all these horror stories. Now you got AI in there, and half of that stuff you're looking at ain't even true. Those deep fakes, and you got Obama dancing with, it's like, now Obama ain't doing that. you know, you know that's fake. So thanks so much, everybody. Um, appreciate you all, and good night. I'll see you, for those of you who are in strategic advisory, I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.